Good morning, Mr. Mayor and members of the council. Appreciate the opportunity to be before you this morning. I'm Charlie Chandler, and I'm here representing the Leadership Council, which I think most of you know is a think tank of leaders of more than 100 different organizations in our community and the surrounding area, representing businesses of every size, nonprofits, labor groups, government, and educational institutions. It's a very interesting bunch. We formed 2 years ago with the primary purpose to choose and address priorities that would move our community forward so that Wichita could better compete in today's world and find ways that we could help. Our goal is simple: to make Wichita more competitive for job creation, attracting talent, and long-term economic prosperity for our community. In our first meeting, the group voted on and chose 3 top priorities. Those are grow primary jobs, diversify our economy through entrepreneurship, and workforce development and educational attainment so that we could be certain that we have a high-quality workforce when businesses do choose to locate here. We have great volunteers at the highest level giving unselfishly of their time, and it's remarkable the amount in each of these efforts to make Wichita a better place. My co-chairman is Jeff Turner, and he and I are very excited when we see all the work that is happening within this group of men and women. For Grow Primary Jobs as a priority, we ask a group of business leaders to put together a plan to make us more competitive in creating new opportunities. They identified several things that we must address, and again, the private sector is working on many of them, and including that we are in full partnership with the efforts with Dr. Bardo and Wichita State University, which we're all aware of and excited about. As they worked on this plan, the group reported back to the Leadership Council, and as a group we discussed, asked questions, gathered information, and debated approaches. The jobs plan before you today is a key component of that work and of those groups. The Leadership Council especially liked 2 things in this plan. First, that the private sector would take responsibility with the public sector to analyze each project using solid business practice, including ensuring that each project would positively impact our community before we spend a dime. Second, that it would make us more competitive not by competing head-to-head with other communities with cash, but instead by investing primarily in our infrastructure and in our citizens and their well-being. Over time, the support for the Leadership Council has been consistent. Not unanimous, but consistent. 2 weeks ago at our last meeting, we took a poll of support for the jobs plan and found that of the members present, 87% continued to be very supportive. The Leadership Council is also very much supportive of the sales tax, which has been proposed, including all 4 components as the city presented to us in June, and that support is just below 80% at 79%, interestingly with some concern being recognized for some of the other components. Because growing jobs in our community was our highest priority, it's not surprising that if you remove the jobs component from the sales tax, from the single sales tax ballot, the support goes negative, and in fact on the Leadership Council only 40% say they would support that sales tax initiative. As co-chairs, Jeff and I told the group we'd communicate the Leadership Council's input to you, and that's been my purpose to be here today. As you understand, bankers don't generally like to stand before bodies like this. We recognize there are many issues facing us as a community, and we appreciate your efforts as leaders to address them in proactive ways. We truly want to be a part of building a better Wichita for the generations to come. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chandler.